Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in session with Sumit, we are going to learn about how we can deploy a Python web application using Flask. Now the application that we are going to deploy will be a simple adding to some application. So let's say I have one number as 1, the second number as 5, and now if I calculate the sum will be displayed to me in this web page. And if I take another number, let's say 10, and here I say 11, so the sum is 21. So basically we will try to deploy this kind of application, and to do this thing we will be required to use Flask as a package. Now to do this thing, you need a web page, and I have already taught you in the last video how to create a web page. So I have just changed the input accordingly. I have created first name, first number, second number, and then everything is same, just I have changed the input names. And now what you need to do, you need to first of all create two folders. So in the same folder where I have created my web page, I will just create a new folder, and the name of this folder will be templates. Now this name is very much important. Don't change this name, because this is something which is required for my Flask web application. And what then you need to do, you need to move this particular web page into this folder. So I'll just move into this folder. Then you need to also create one more folder known as static, and then you need to move this image into this static folder. So for Flask application, for Flask, all the web pages that you create are needed to be in this folder, and all the images that you require to keep in a web page are needed to be in this static folder. Now these are standard names that Flask use for referring to a particular location. So I have the folders now. Now I can go to my Notepad++, and now what I can do, I can create a new, or maybe I can create a new text file over here. I will call this as app sum, and then I will open it using Notepad. I will again save it as a py file, because now I am going to write the Python code. So I have the web page. Now I just need to write the Python code so that I can connect to my web page to extract the input. So I will just save it in the format of Python. So just find out Python over here, must be having Python, and just save it. Now you can see this is appsum.py, and you can delete the extra file, which is this file. Okay, now what I will do, I will start by importing my library Flask. So import Flask, and now you need to write the code regarding Flask web application. So I will not write the code, I will just copy paste the code, so that uh, we can complete this particular video in less time. Now let me start by explaining this code to you. So first of all, what we have done, we have imported all the functions from this Flask package, and then we are instantiating this Flask object into this variable app. Now this particular name, which we have mentioned over here, underscore underscore name underscore underscore, this will basically help my Flask function to refer to various folders. So we have created two folders, which are template and the static folder. So this particular code, or this particular name, will help Flask function that is over here to basically refer to those folders. And then we are also mentioning the location of my static folder. So if you look at over here, uh, I have this app sum file, I have this app sum Python script over here. After this is my static folder, so that's why I've written over here /static. So this line is done. Now what I am doing, I have written these two codes, and these two codes basically have this app.route. Now this route functionality will help you to help this Flask to connect a web page to a Python function. So route basically helps to connect web page to a Python function. Okay, now here slash basically means my home folder or my home web page, and home web page will have this index.html. So when my application will be launched, I'll be able to view my index.html, which is available in template folder. So render template index.html. So if you look into this folder have this index.html. That is what I am doing over here. Now in this second line of code, I am creating basically I am creating a this is my location slash add. I will explain you what this is, and this method is equal to post. So in this particular Python code, what I am doing, I am taking the input a b from my web page, and then those inputs are taken from the web page to over here, and then I am calculating the sum over here. So uh, how this inputs are taken, we need to go back to this index.html, and if you look at over here, we have made a small change with my form tag. So now my form tag is also having two additional attributes, which is action and method. So what this method and action means, method basically means method is post. It basically means whenever a user submits detail, then this information is needed to be posted. And now where it is needed to be posted, it is needed to be posted to this URL. Now what is this URL? This URL is nothing but this URL. So whenever a user submits the details are needed to be posted to this URL, and the URL that is for add. So URL that is for add the add function. So this is my add function, and the add function is having this URL slash add, and this URL is extracted over here. So I am not writing the absolute URL, I am just writing this placeholder URL for add. So it will automatically collect the URL from this particular this function, this URL. Now when my request method is post, so when I am receiving the inputs from the web page, then I will be requesting the form to send me the fn value. So this is my name, as I have told you in the previous value that name is very important. So my request, like my function will request for the fn value, which is my first number, then my second number. So both the values will be saved in variable a and b in an integer format, and then I will calculate the sum. Now once you calculate the sum, you need to return the output. Now this output will be visible to you within the web page, and it will be below the web page. So what I have done, after the form I have added a empty space, and then I have added this result placeholder. Now what this result placeholder will help me to do, my Python will render this template, and within this template, so render template means it will basically it will try to run that template, and within that template it will add this value in this placeholder result. So this was my placeholder result, and this placeholder result will have this value which is nothing but the sum of two numbers r and this format s. So basically this value s will be is added over here. So once I run my once I submit my detail, my input will be taken from that form or from that web page, and then the sum will be calculated. After this, if I am getting any error, then in that case it will again return you the same web page. Now at last you have this two lines of code. Now this app.run basically will run your application, and it will run it in a debug mode. Now what is a debug mode? So whenever you make any changes in this file, and if you are running your app in debug mode, your app will automatically stop it and it will rerun it, so that the changes that you have made can be implemented automatically. If you don't run it in a debug mode, you need to explicitly end it and then you need to restart your app. So debug mode will help you with automatically restarting of your Flask application. This name is equal to main will make sure that this particular file or this particular Python script is only run when I am trying to run it. So what happens that in a server you have multiple applications running. So just to make sure that you are not running your Python application because some other application is making a request. So that is why this name is equal to main is mentioned over here. Now this line of code and this line of code will be always available in all the type of Flask applications that you use. But only thing that is changed with will be Flask code. So now how we can run this Python application. So to run it, what you need to do, you need to launch a Anaconda prompt, a new Anaconda prompt, and then you need to change the location so that your Anaconda prompt can reach to this particular folder. So currently I'm in my Sumit. I need to change it to Python. So if you just press tab, it will show you all the possible matches. So this is my match, and then I will again say cd change directory, then Python, then change directory to YouTube, then change directory to Python app, and then within that I have Python app underscore sum file. So to run it, you just say Python app underscore sum dot py, and then you press enter, and then it will basically return you a UAIP address. So basically a link, http 127.0.0.1.500 sorry. So what you need to do, you need to copy this and you need to paste it in your web page, or maybe your browser. So 127, so this is my link. Now you can see that I am able to look at the web page, and now if you wanted to run this application, just keep on mentioning inputs and keep on getting the output. So you can change so you can keep on running it like all the you can use it as a calculator that basically adds to number. So this is how you can simply deploy a Python using Flask, a Python web application using Flask. Now in the next video we will try to understand how we can deploy a machine learning model. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you.